Hello, good morning my friends. Welcome to my channel, JB's Crochet. I am Amber, and yeah, well, today is Vlogust. I might just have to start doing this 2 days at a time or more because I didn't get a whole lot done yesterday. Well, okay, let me scratch that. I didn't focus on much crochet yesterday. I'm trying to think, did I touch? I did a little bit. Oh, I meant to grab it and bring it over here. But I started making, on Sunday night, I started making a panel for a knitting machine blanket where you make the panels, sew the ends, and then sew the panels together, the tubes. I keep calling them panels because technically they're just not true panels. They're tubes made into panels. So let's see. Okay. Yep, okay. I made this one yesterday. Well, actually made 2 panels yesterday, so I had to frog out the panel. Sorry, I'm just waking up. Well, not just waking, I'm just getting up, and my throat is so dry. I have not had a chance for everything to get fully functioning because I'm like, I thought about doing this later, but I was like, if I try to do this later, it's gonna get out later, and we'll just make a quick and easy video this morning before Kim's live. I may run over a little bit, who knows, you know, with me and my jabbering, my yammering. So this looks different because the panels are actually, the squares are smaller. These are 24 instead of 50. So as I frogged the first original one, I started making this one, and then so how it worked is I started with this color because this was the last one that was knitted onto the panel originally. And so when I got to the green, when I needed to switch colors, I basically cut the blue and then frogged it all out into a pile on the floor and then untied the knot very carefully. I was able to untie all the knots, which makes me a little paranoid about my knots now. I was able to untie big twist yarn knots that had kind of sort of tightened down. So, and I did it to the second one too. Anyway, pulled out all the blue, started the green. I had to cut the green and then pull all the green out into a pile, separate pile. Start the pink, pull all the pink out into a separate pile. And then before pulling it from the original piece, I pulled from the floor, the blue that was on the floor for this one. Same as the green, same as the pink. But I think in order to finish these next sections, I used what was on the floor, and then I went to the skein of yarn, not the skein of yarn, what was left in the work, if it was the right, yeah. And then I was able to use up the yarn and have, I thought I threw it in here. This is what I had left from, you know, I had some scraps from frogging. So, and obviously my cast on too. So anyway, I got the one panel done. Y'all, I can get a panel done in about an hour. If the kids aren't, you know, arguing, or the youngest isn't like getting in one of his moods where he thinks it's, you know, the way we respond to things is, you know, hitting, kicking, screaming, and throwing things. Still working on it with him. You know, he is 6. I'm hoping, praying that the light switch goes off soon with him, that all this time we've been telling him not to hit and throw things and yell and scream is not how we do things. So, yeah. Anyway, so I slip stitched, or I used a video on YouTube. I can't remember. It's like 3-point needle crochet. Like, she called it 3-point needle crochet. I don't know why, but it gave me these nice edges that I'll be able to crochet into when I make my border. I plan to border this in a bright yellow from Big Twist. And then, okay, I started making a second panel. I shouldn't say started, I finished making a second panel, but I switched up the color sequence to make it different than the first one, right? Because I didn't want to have it like basically make lines. I wanted to have it be checkerboardy across. And so I didn't think to do this before I started this, so I just went with a color and started making it, and my color sequence is off. It should be green, should be above blue, and then pink. It should be blue, green, but what I should have done, because the other one starts with blue, I should have started it with pink, because blue wouldn't have worked. So I should have started with pink on the first, or this one, and went pink. What did I say? Pink. These two need to be switched. Yeah, pink, blue, green. Instead of green, blue, it needed to be blue, green. So pink, blue, green instead of what I have. So if you look, my next sequence is pink, green, blue. It should be pink, blue, green. But I can flip this one, not flip it around, but flip it upside down, where this becomes the top, so to speak. And now we have pink, blue, green, like I should have had. I know this probably doesn't make sense to you. So what I'm trying to do is, one of the videos recommended keeping the tails all to the one side, so it was just easy to line things up. So, and the reason I have this stitch marker on this one is because I made a rookie mistake and started cranking off my work, thinking, oh, it's done. I got to the green, I was done. I didn't put waste yarn on the last end. I put it on the first end, but I didn't put it on the last end. So I had to carefully go through with a needle and the white yarn and try to pick up all the loops I had dropped, all the active loops. I think I got them all. I dropped about probably 5 on my way around to the second row. So I just took my needle, grabbed the second one that had, so it had a dropped one at the top. So I just went around, got them all. Even if I dropped it, I just grabbed the next loop that I could. And when I got done, when I got done with grabbing all the loops, I took my crochet hook and I went around and grabbed the dropped loop and pulled it back through the loop that I had on my needle, or the yarn. So and then I went through, and it was the first end I crocheted across. So I hope and pray it looks like it. This end's a little questionable, but I've been messing with it to see if maybe it'll pull out, but I think I got all the loops. It appears I got all the loops to where it won't come undone. And of course I used the double chain slide the knot down closure that I learned from other creators, but mostly from Juan the Yarn Addict. He uses it all the time, and I have come to really like his method of doing that. It makes me feel better. So okay, so I got this little mess up done, and I was laying them out trying to figure out, and I'm really wishing I could keep the second one the same direction, so to speak, with the tails and all that, which I mean I could, but I have to flip it around. I have to flip it upside down to get the sequence the right way. So I think I'm gonna do that because I'm only gonna have the one that I messed up on, right? I'm not gonna have those again because I know now not to do that and to remember to do. I mean, I knew to not do it before, but trust me, when I make dumb mistakes like that, rookie mistakes, I am not as, well, I shouldn't say I don't forget. I have a harder time forgetting. So I will go, oh, don't forget. I will definitely not forget the waist yarn again. I don't want to do that again. But the other mistake that I have to account for now is on the second to last square or color change, this one right here, every color change I was going by 24, so I had to do the math in my head. I didn't use a calculator. I had the numbers right. This one was supposed to be from 168 to 192. 20, yeah. So 168 to, so I ended on 168 on the blue. So 169 to 192 was the green. Was supposed to be the green. I don't know. I got in the mood, like I got in the mode of cranking, and I went past 192 and I looked down and I went, oh crap. Oh, you can't back crank. There's no going back. Once you go forward, you're going forward, or you're ripping it all back out. So I went to 193. So on the second panel that I made, the second tube that I made, I went ahead and did the same thing. I did it on purpose. Well, I planned to do it on purpose and ended up doing it again without paying attention, because I was like, I know I need to go to 193, and I went past 192 and I was still cranking. I was like, oh, I did it again without even trying. It's like I get to that one and it's like, brain go to sleep, you know? So these are turning out so, like, oh, they're so cool. The first one I made was long enough to be a scarf, and I was just going to leave it a scarf, but I was like, no, I don't need to do that. I can actually frog it out and make panels. Start making panels with it. Y'all, I haven't even made it through one skein of yarn yet for each of these colors, and I've made 2 panels. So I'm going to make a few more panels, and then I will start recording the steps, because I'm not going to record the whole hour's worth of cranking, because I have, oh, this is the other thing I was going to show you. After all my faux pas with this stuff, I finally go, I need to make a diagram of, like, I need to visually see, because I could do it in my head if I really wanted to, but I'd mess it up. I would figure a way out. I would figure a way to mess it up. So I finally decided, let's draw a picture. And, like, let's lay it out in the color sequence that it's supposed to be, and figure out what my panels should be in the right sequence. Because of the second one, I messed up the sequence. Oh goodness. So you'll see on here I have start on Addie, and this is cast off. So the way it works is the bottom of the tube. So when you're looking at it, it's not necessarily the bottom, but it's the beginning of the tube. It's where you start. So I'm looking at it as the bottom of the blanket. So like if you were to hang it on a wall as a display, it would be the bottom of the blanket, kind of like this. Like it's vertical. So I have to also remind myself, start here with these colors and go this way, not this way, because usually in your head, because you're taught to read left to right and top to bottom. And so when I read this, I want to do, you know, like this. But I have to remind myself I have to go like this. That's just the way it works on the adding machine. You're going basically from the bottom of the blanket to the top. So I don't know why it took me 2 panels and messing up big time. Like in my mind and heart, I messed up big time on that second one, but I made it. I fudged it. I fudged the whip out of that thing. I don't know what to say it. I fudged the fudge. I fudged the chocolate out of it. I made it work. And I'm going to make it work. It's just, it's bugging me that, and I don't want to frog it. It's already sewn together. It's already like cranked down with the knots and everything. I could potentially frog it and redo it and get the right color sequence. But I do have a fix. I just have to, like I said, instead of being, I'm gonna make it short like this, just to pretend. Okay, so instead of being like this, instead of going like this, which won't change the color sequence, I have to do, so here's my tails, right? I want to keep them on this side. Well, I have to take it and go like this, and they're still on that side. So, like if you were to flip this back up here, my tails are still on the same side. So instead of flipping, I have to flip up, you know, like this. So I have a way to make it work. And y'all, that is the extent of what I got done yesterday. I got in a cranking mood, or mode, both. And y'all, like, normally when I make beanies, my arm gets so tired making those things. Like, and especially the scarves that I make are 100 rows. But you're cranking the whole 100 rows without stopping, really. I mean, you could stop if you wanted to, but these, I was cranking for 24 rows, stopping, cutting, attaching, and moving on. I feel like for some reason, even though they were very short breaks, my arm wasn't burning like it normally, like my muscles weren't getting sore like they normally do. So, I don't know. I am gonna try and I gotta focus on my projects though. That's the thing, is I got, you know, I need, like, when I say I need to do something, it's not that I need to do it for y'all. Yes, I need to do it because I went on my live with Marianne and said, all right, we're going to focus on these projects for this week. And I'm going to do some progress on those projects. I just might not get as much as I had planned. So, and that's part of why I was thinking maybe I just need to pick one project to focus on over the week, not a finish it and a focus on it. So Marianne, it may have, like, okay, let me tell you right now, it takes me 2 to 3 times before I go, okay, I'm not going to use that equipment anymore. I'm not going to do that again. So, I don't know. I may be changing my mind again and just doing one focus on it project. I don't know. Because I really like the idea of doing the finish it ones. And those are easy to do and quick because I can get them done and then I can focus on something else on the focus project once that item's done for the day. So, well, enough jabbering. My youngest is now up and I'm going to cuddle with him for a few minutes while we start watching Kim on her live. And get breakfast here soon. So I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Look at that, I made it to 20 minutes on one project. Go figure. All right, y'all, don't forget, it's a beautiful day to be kind and positive and to go out and create something beautiful. And tell me, you know, are you getting any progress done on your finish it or focus on it Friday projects? We'll see you later, friends. Bye.